happened to me. It was the year I moved from the city to a backwards hill town to finish high school. It was the year an industrial fire wouldn't stop burning on the outskirts of town. It was the year a serial killer wearing a yellow suit roams around the county, leaving pretty young kids dead in his wake. But mostly, it was the year I tried to become someone else for a while. But in the beginning, I didn't see any of this in my future. I just crossed an X on my calendar, and suddenly, I was the new girl at a new school, where a new reputation waited for me. Nothing to look forward to.
Hey, whoa, là! Got anything métal on ya? Well, you might, huh? Hey, what is this, là?
A breach of civil rights.
Looks more like a breach of sécurité civile to me, huh? Mine now. Bye now.
Have you ever entered a place where you just knew everyone hated you? Now, multiply that by roughly 1 million, and you understand my high school experience. Because I knew people hated me. Instead of trying to change their minds, I got defensive and weird and became the exact girl they thought I was. But this school wasn't just mean and gossipy. It was full on scary. What does it mean?
What the hell do you think it means?
Do you party? Really?
So?
Where do you go to party?
No, like, do you party? It's sort of what we call it over here. Partying together. Look, do you want to come smoke weed with us after class or not?
Oh, sure. That'd be cool.
It will be.
Why are they flipping pennies at her?
Because she's Laura Palmer. Duh.
Let us tell you the legend of Laura Palmer.
She's a straight-A student. Always listens to my class. Actually, I'd say she's the only one who listens to my class.
She's a slut.
I heard she had a boyfriend, but she slept with his brother and the father at the same time.
Okay, that definitely wasn't accurate. So to give you a better idea, let me tell you the legend of Laura Palmer.
Now, if you'll recall my little rant on phone aesthetics from last class, I mentioned a city in Larry Niven's novel, which is inspired by the compound noun, considered to be the most beautiful in terms of sound in the English language. Now, can anybody tell me what the noun is? Anybody? Anybody? Yes, Laura.
Is it Salvatore?
Yes, Laura. It's good to know that at least someone is taking away something from this class. Now, moving on.
Laura Palmer was a student at her school who danced in a strip club.
torture, this torment from her younger peers. It truly is a testament to her character and a full-on triumph of the human spirit. But of course, you'll never see this kind of stuff on Oprah now, will you? And then, lastly, some girls were playing on the street. They were playing on the street when they found her dress rearranged in the shape of an angel's dress with wings. The top of the dress was level with a manhole cover. All over the dress, burnt and splotched, were the various imprints of coins thrown by those miserable, snot-nosed children. I hate children!
Few details are known about the ongoing investigation, but our sources indicate that the primary suspect is male, wearing a brightly colored suit. Not much to go on, Tabarnak. Boy, let's go now. Nothing to see here.
And that was life at Yellowstone.
Guys! Guys! I mean, these papers are just... I mean, do you hate school that much? Is it me? Is it because other you call me Barry? I mean, throw me a bone here. I just moved back into this town, and I gotta say that this place has become a real shithole. Is there something funny I should know about, Mr. Schroeder?
No, sir. The name's just Paul.
Okay, Paul. But if something's really worth the laugh, please don't hesitate to share it with me or the rest of the class.
Yes, Mr. Anderson.
Good. Then it's just Barry or Mr. A. Now, moving on, I used to be just like you. In your place. Not too many years ago, and I know that you've got some real thoughts going on inside of it. So, for tomorrow, no reading. Put Mr. Bradbury down for the week. Instead, I want you to write me a 1 to 2 page essay, single space, on the historical, fictional, or religious character whom you most relate to. In other words, tell me who it is you think you are.
Hey, Goldie. Hey, Janine.
Pourquoi tu m'appelles Janine alors que je m'appelle Caroline?
Pourquoi tu m'appelles Triangle alors que je m'appelle Trapèze? What's your French, girl?
Jesus Christ.
Hey, what's your name again?
Caroline.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Paul. Then over there, that's Craig, Charles, and Mr. Whining Pants.
Hey, and we are the Lost Boys.
Cute. Does that make me Wendy?
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, why would you ever move to a place like Middleton?
Well, my dad works for this
Dude,
huge...
dude, you're not even
Hey,
Hilda.
I'm in hell, okay?
No, you're not basically making out with Dutch Google.
Nothing wrong with it. What's your problem?
Of course.
The industrial fire?
Ah,
Not really. I know it's a tragedy and all, but mostly I just like the smokestack.
well, they say it's psycho from psycho pilot from the islands who ran what was it again? With a private jet who he ran into one of the plant's chimneys, right? Sent some kind of message or something. That's it, right?
Seriously?
No.
They say he was humming the national anthem. Few moments before impact on his jet speakers. I mean, talk about a nut there.
That's not what I heard. Supposedly, one of the jet's engines was faulty and fell off mid-flight. The pilot tried some emergency maneuvers, but just ended up crashing into the plant.
So what happened to the engine?
Nobody really knows, I guess. The FAA is keeping real quiet about it, but my dad told me it's because the plane wasn't even registered. Like, technically, it doesn't even exist.
That's fucked up, man.
I was now attending the most drugged out high school in the country. Honest to God. These guys smoked pot, sniffed glue, snorted crystal, did ecstasy in toilets. Anything to kill their boredom. But Thurston, he had reasons of his own.
You wanted to see me, Caroline?
Yes. I wanted to talk to you about something.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to tell you that I'm new here, and so far I hate it.
All right. Work
The
hard.
guys here are so immature and sexist, and the girls are worse. They just eat it up. No self-respect. And it's also different from where we're supposed to be at this point in women's history, you know?
I wish I could argue with you, Caroline.
I went to this party where they were passing out rohypnol. That's a big rape drug.
Yes, I know what rookies are. Thank you.
Really?